I just caught myself having just having a little bit of a hype moment on my own, and I don't. Sometimes it'll just get me fucking laughing. Like no joke, no. I didn't see something funny. I'm just thinking about like, yeah, we're about to get fucking real. But no, I was just getting excited because yesterday's leg day, squatted 5 for 10, and my morning weight this morning 233, and that's not dehydrated, like underfed. Like that's a flat but hydrated 233. So what's 495 divided by 233? 2 would be 466. So what, another 30? What's 30 out of 230? It's like point 7-ish, 2.3, 2.5, 2.07. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the multiple, like what is 5 plates times my body weight, or what's my body? You get what I'm saying. But big ass squat felt really freaking good. I'll be real with you. I had some grub last night. I had a couple of extra, let's just say an extra carb based meal. Or this was 2 nights ago. So that kind of fed the strength of that leg day, which lines up pretty well. If you're ever going to have a little bit more of a refeed, make sure you have a badass lift the day afterwards so you can at least make use of those extra calories. That's a different topic to get into, but just throwing some fucking weight around, it's been a while since I could really let loose. And what I mean by that is like push myself set by set to a point that I'm not even sure I can reach. Because when you're dieting, it's not cool to say, and I don't feel cool saying this, but you know, you just kind of got to get a pump. You got to work out, go hard, of course, but there is almost a limit to the return on investment of the effort in the gym, because the difficulty in dieting isn't the training. The difficulty is sticking to the diet. So the necessary processes just sort of change, right? Go hard, of course. I'm not slacking when I'm dieting, but it's just not the same. Because in a dieting phase, these are my priorities. 1, net macro adherence. 2, hitting my training and my cardio. And then probably equal to this is 3, don't hurt myself. If you get hurt dieting, you're just totally screwed. Because now you're not bulking up and you don't have a crap ton of energy to recover with. So if I can do those 3 things, I'm good. In a bulk, in an off season, in a gradual gaining phase, my values change. They're the same, but they're different. So again, net macro adherence, that's up there, because if I don't eat enough food, I'm never going to grow. If I only, like let's say I got transported into like a Mr. Beast 3-year transformation challenge. At the end of it, you know, I get $10 billion, so it's worth it. I'm going to do it. But let's say that was the deal, and I was only given 2,500 calories. Well, I would never grow. I would keep training, and I would be a shredded fucking, probably 220, maybe less, probably a little less, honestly. But if I were only given that much food, I don't care how hard I trained or what the hell I was doing, there's nothing that would allow me to grow, because you're just not getting enough food, right? Like, think about, you ever hear about this carrying capacity in an environment? If there's only so much food, it can only support so much life. And that's you, right? You're this huge amalgamation of energy-consuming cells, and if you don't give yourself enough energy, well, you're just not going to be able to maintain as many of those cells. You're going to have to shrink down, right? It's just the nature of it's just the nature of nature. But if that were the situation, well, I would never grow. So that's why I can't overstate this. This is a different rant to get into, but calories, either in a slight surplus or a slight deficit, that is the answer to many, many, many fitness-based problems. We like to overcomplicate it and think that it's something else. That's typically the culprit, right? It's like your doctor, it's like I'm Dr. House. and every 10 other doctors are like, oh, well, I don't know, he's been doing upper lower, and he's been intermittent fasting, and then I take one look at the guy. You're not eating enough food. Boom, shut the door. Episode over. But spinning way back, I'm getting myself on a ramble. Bulking, right? I want to actually eat enough food to grow, of course. Sleep really well, stay hydrated. And honestly, all four of these are all equal values. I care about all of these equally. They're all important. Don't hurt myself. That's all the time. If I hurt myself again, like if you see a video where I'm doing a row or something, I'm going too heavy and I like pull my lat or something, like dog on me harder than you've ever dogged on anybody before, because that'd be the dumbest shit ever. So I don't want that to happen. But the emphasis on the value of the training and the effort in the gym and having a really perfect preparation just shoots up, right? Right now I'm in a resilient state. Dieting, I'm never full. I'm never waiting for a period in the day where I'm super full of carbs. I had, what did I have yesterday? 270 grams of carbs yesterday total. That's not a lot. That's not a lot for a 230 pounder, at least. If you're 160, that might be a different story. But there is no point where it's like, okay, it's 5 a.m. or it's 5 p.m. I just had a 60 gram worth of carb meal. Whoa, I'm so full of carbs, I'm ready to train. Nah, man. So I've been doing morning lifts, really small, just like snack on something, just so I have something in my stomach a little bit to kind of make it act as like a buffer. Because taking completely fasted can sometimes be a little crazy. I do it. I do it. I do it sometimes, but sometimes it's a little much. It'll kind of turn your stomach. But in an off season, my logic changes. Right now, give me a gym any time of the day, I'm gonna hit my workout solid. That's gonna be enough for me to, achieve my goals of muscle and strength maintenance as I get leaner and burn body fat. But once I want to grow, I want to make sure two things happen in my training. One, my effort is there and I seriously fucking bring it every set, or at least as many as I can do. So that's more partials, that's more drop sets, that's more assisted reps, that's more just overall intensifiers and just overall intensity. And I also want to make sure that my preparation is good beforehand so that I have nothing to worry about when I show up to the gym, right? I'm both the race car driver and the pit crew, right? And if you're the pit crew in this bodybuilding analogy, well, shit, I'm going to make sure I slept well. I'm going to make sure I'm super hydrated. Like this is all the time. This is all of the fucking time in the day. And for me also, I just like drinking a sugar-free drink. It makes it easier to stick to my diet just because I've always, like, it's kind of, it's just letting you taste something. So that's a little trick I like. But I am more than hydrated, that's for sure. I'm in a good headspace. I have a chunk of my day where I've dedicated this portion where, all right, I'm going to get it. Once this is done, I can do all my other random stuff. But this is for this, right? And nothing else. So that when I, slam my friggin' full scoop of Super Savage plus a little extra, because it's a chest day, then I don't have to worry about anything else. I don't have to come into the gym and think, oh, God. Oh, I'm freaking tired. Oh, man, I played way too much, I guess this would actually be a real example. Played way too much Counter-Strike last night. My home computer setup is all just a mess because I got to clean my basement. But I'll rip a competitor game now that they're only out of 12 every so often after one of these workouts. But I'm not coming into the gym thinking, oh man, I'm so dehydrated, I've got a fucking headache. Because I know that sucks. I can understand that if I come into the gym underslept, dehydrated, and just overall like in a fatigued state, I'm gonna have no fun. And that's half of that's a huge indicator of how often and how consistent anybody's gonna be with anything, right? If somebody loves playing the saxophone and they have fun doing it, what are the odds that the guy's gonna practice every fucking day as long as he likes it? Pretty high. If the dude hates it, he's never going to do it. So apply the same logic to the gym. You know, I know it seems kind of childish, like, you know, try to have fun. But if you're having fun, it feels a lot better. You know, it doesn't feel like you're trudging. I've had workouts mainly when I'm sick, or if it had to, actually, I can't really remember the only workout I really didn't have a lot of fun with was when I had food poisoning in Italy. After like 3 days, I thought I had recovered enough, and I went and I did a chest day, and then I was floored the day afterward. I was not recovered at all. I should not have done that workout. That was the only time that I had gone more than like 4 days no gym. That was, yeah, food poisoning was no fucking joke. That was. I'll tell that story again some other time. It's still kind of fresh, but yeah, for the most part, if you got a good prep, if you show up well and you essentially did your homework and you studied, well, then when it's test day, you don't have a problem, right? You're ready for it. This is just regular day-to-day what you do, you know? So try to do that, right? Next time you're in the gym and you're a bit off, you're tired, you're dehydrated, you got a fucking headache, you know, if I were there and I were talking to you, I'm going to ask you those 3 things. Dude, saying, man, I just feel like shit today. Well, how'd you sleep? Fuck, I gotta go to bed till 3. All right. It's like I've got a little checklist. X. What'd you drink today, man? You know, had a Starbucks. What else? I had my pre. I dry scooped it though. One more X. Rest off, hydration off. All right. Not good. I think you already know the answer to this situation, right? So next time you're in that state, think of this "I told you so" moment from me, where it's, yeah, you probably should have drank more than 8 ounces of water before your workout. You probably should have slept more than 4 hours before your before your lift. I've gotten away with a lot of, like, I mean, oh my god, yeah, back in high school I would do like just all-nighters, just because I wasn't even doing it. I was just like playing games on my computer, just totally, and I could still operate. I don't know what changed. Something about going from 18 to 24, like an all-nighter, no sleep, does not compute. That is not on my freaking agenda, right? I want my fucking rest, and it just makes the day more fun, you know. So I know it's hard because you got to put down your phone, and your phone's the most addicting thing in the world. But if you had a hard workout and you go to bed sleepy, it gets a little easier to turn the power button off, pass out, wake up, and get it again. So kind of covering all bases with that car talk, that's for freaking sure. But my prep was good. My prep was very good today so far. I'm already well into 2 liters of water. Slept good. I'm hydrated. And by hydrated, I mean I've got I don't have a weird electrolyte imbalance or anything. Like, I didn't eat 10 grams of salt yesterday. I'm not feeling like bloated or anything. So my checklist is all green. So all that means is I get to go in, get amped, and throw some chest around. Probably nothing crazy heavy, because my legs are destroyed from that leg day. So today might end up being more, at least definitely machine. There's not going to be any dumbbell. It's hard to fucking do dumbbell bench after a crazy leg day, because your legs are cooked from the squats or the leg press or whatever you were doing. So picking up the dumbbells even just becomes a challenge, at least when you're getting up to, you know, the upper 100s range. But yeah, that's all I got. So I think nothing else to say, but let's get real. My cheeks are already friggin' tingling. Let's do some hand over hand press first, and then we'll go from there. Not too heavy, not too light either, you know, a little something in between. All right. Yeah. Yay. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. A few more of those. All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, shit. Fuck, man. 2 more. Those feel super freaking good. All right. Oi. Oi. Okay. Holy crap. One friggin' more. This is just clicking. I can't help it. All right. All right. Yay. Yay. Okay. Oh, now we can move on. There's normally no point in a pump cover kind of like teaser shot for me when I'm lifting in an off season, because I'm just trying to get as pumped as possible. But just as a slight leanness check, I mean, oh my goodness. You tell me. We're getting pretty freaking peeled now. Dude, this is fucking awesome. Let's move on. Oh. One more. Okay. What do you think? One more or? Nah. Let's get the pump cover back on, get it finished, and then really do a reveal. Let's do a fly. These are gonna be light squeezing. Well, let me drop the handles and then explain. So the point of these flies is not, I mean, there's some stretch bias, of course, but the part I'm really gonna put effort into, like the extra emphasis, isn't just moving the weight. It's getting it down to here, bumping my fingers together. Like I'll put them flat so I can actually squeeze and like not hurt myself. But come all the way down. Like I'm trying to fucking, I don't even know.
trying to squeeze the shit out of something. But by doing that, obviously in the motion, a lot of lower pec outer quadrant stretch, which there's some cool shit happening down here. So even though I'm not doing a lot of decline press, really basically none, I do think having some decline action is necessary to fully develop your chest. I'll talk about it when we're posing down. But getting to here, it's not just lower pecs. I'm squeezing my entire thing. Because if I follow this action in its, kind of hypothetical conclusion, well, it turns into pulling my arm upward, right? So I get my hands together, I touch them, and I'm imagining like pushing all the way to here. And I can feel my lower all the way up to the top collarbone, innermost corner of my chest squeezing. And if I go too heavy, I won't feel that squeeze. So that's the logic. Gotta put that up just a little. There we go. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. 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 Okay. I'm almost done, but that wasn't enough. Let's finish with one hand over hand, then we're good. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Now let's see how we're looking. That's what I'm freaking talking about. So, what was that total? At least 4 sets of those cable presses, and then 2 sets of machine press, or plate loaded, then a fly, and then 1 more hand over hand. So, minimum 8 sets. It might have even been 9. I don't totally freaking remember. But let's see what kind of pump that added up to. So, as predicted, nothing insanely heavy, but it's a heavy hitting pump. Let's just put it like freaking that. So, let's make sure we're right in the freakiest spot of the lighting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is fucking nuts. Whoops. Oh. All right. What am I missing? I think that is freaking everything. But just standing, not even really hitting a pose, I mean, like, you can't deny it. I think a chest pump is objectively the craziest you can get. Your shoulders get a little something from being stabilizer muscles. Every time you do a fly, your biceps get a little bit of involvement. Every press, your triceps get a little bit of involvement. I'm trying not to work them, of course, but The end result is just a full-on upper body torso explosion of blood flow. Let's get one vacuum ab shot and then we can scram. Well, I can get on the cardio bike and then you get what I'm saying. Oh my gosh. And with that, chest complete. All right. I'm going to splice this video together before I leave. So instead of a post-workout car talk, let's have a little post-workout fucking chair rant. I was going to say ramble, but I think the rant is actually a bit more proper. So I guess what we can call this, this could be its own segment. Things that annoy Sam. But I've been, and if you've been in the space of fitness and you see this shit on your phone all the time, you'll know that there are patterns of thoughts, patterns of, trends, patterns of just hype, because the gym is very repetitive. The gym in general, for anyone who's getting after it for real, like I would say the advanced lifter, they know this. And it's not just advanced in terms of like some dude with really good genetics. I mean, the guy who's been lifting for years and has made solid progress across those years, more often than not, and if you disagree with this, tell me, I'd love to hear it. But more often than not, I feel like the longer and the more experience you get with training, the less picky and the more you understand the value and core components of just the fucking basics, right? Come in, get a chest pump. Did you go hard? Are you gradually, progressively overloading in an off season? Are you at least just maintaining in a diet? If yes, boom, right? Badass. Change it up a little bit, of course. We all know this. I'm not saying just do the exact same chest workout every day, but the basics don't change. The fundamentals of the lift does not change, right? I think there's like some cutting edge shit in terms of guys where they, if you've ever seen this, they essentially have like an electro-stimulating setup where it's this like 3 electrode pads that shoot high voltage, high frequency signals into your chest, and it like manually makes your pecs contract harder than you even can. In terms of like adding more complicated science to lifting, I think something like that makes a fucking crazy amount of sense, right? You're sending more signals than your neural system can even handle. That's interesting, right? I could see that moving up. It's still, it's been around for years, but it's not really going mainstream. I don't know anything about it. I'm just saying the idea of it. That's something where I can say, you're doing something new, and it makes a lot of fucking logical sense. But everything else, fucking, I'm seeing so much, and this is just for me to say this because I don't have anybody to talk to about this, but it's like, I'm seeing so many, and I'm just torturing myself by scrolling on TikTok. I'm addicted. I got to stop. But I see these videos, and it's essentially, you know, calories in, calories out. That's not the whole picture. You see, you lose body, and then the guy gets into a fucking... Look, man, the math is as simple as this. I'm dieting. That's the goal. Is the scale changing, or visually am I getting leaner week by week? Yes. Okay. The amount of food I'm eating is proper. It's adequate. I'm in my deficit. Boom. Am I not getting leaner? Is the scale not changing? Eating too much food. Maybe not doing enough cardio. Drop my carbs by 25. Add 10 minutes on the bike for that week. See what happens. Whoa, I lost a pound. My trend is back on track. Hell yeah. You know, and I'm not trying to diminish the value of having a deep understanding. But the whole point of a deep understanding is simply to explain the simplicity of it at its surface level, right? If someone tells me to turn the lights on, in no way am I even at all thinking, okay, I'm gonna I'm going to connect the circuit, and I'm going to run the electrons through, and I'm going to pull power out of the grid, and it's going to, no, I flip the fucking light on, and the lights turn on. You know what I'm saying? So this is personal preference. I'm not saying that any one thought process or logic is objectively better, right? So if you're the guy who's getting into this, I'm not trying to attack you, and I'm not trying to necessarily defend my way as being totally right either. But I'm just saying it's, it can sometimes do you a disservice to constantly be trying to overanalyze everything. When if you break it down to its core components, right? You got training hard, you got eating right, you got sleeping good, and you got drinking a crap ton of water. The people who have these 4 fucking pillars on lock, they're gonna look like it, And everything else after that is not inconsequential. I don't think this is a real word, but it's subconsequential. Is that right? Either way, it falls below those, right? In no way am I going to train my way into a bulk if I don't eat enough food. I think we can agree on that. And in no way can I guess the opposite's kind of true too. In no way can I train myself hard enough to lose weight if I'm eating 6,000 calories a day. It's just not going to happen, I guess if you're a Michael Phelps and you're doing 8 hours of swimming in like 4 different sessions, but I don't think Michael Phelps is here right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's, and this isn't necessarily a cool argument to make, because I'm basically saying it's not worth thinking about, but that's not exactly what I'm getting at. I'm saying it's not worth overly stressing about minute details when, the micro to your routine, the micro little bits to your routine are very small percentage bumps compared to the macro, right? The macro are these 4: train, eat, sleep, stay hydrated. Boom, right? Are you bringing it with all these 4? I'd say this is what? 90%? 80% of it? If you got all these 3 things solid, that's the pie. That's the cake with the frosting, right? Everything else, I'd say that's the sprinkles. Everything else is the sprinkles and the whipped cream and maybe 1 scoop of ice cream on the side, right? But this is the cake, and this is the important shit, right? Without this, any effort on this little itty bitty stuff just isn't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's, you're trying to fucking paint a car that has no engine if these 4 are not solid, or I guess these 4, not 5. So, you tell me if you've been seeing this, and this is just always, right? This is always, because in the gym, everyone is always going to be interested in that which is new, that which is exciting, but there isn't anything new, right? The secret is that there is no secret, and that all you've got to do is train for a couple thousand times in a row and go hard and eat your meals, and you're going to look like a beast. But that's no fun, right? Because that takes a long time. It's not always very exciting, and sometimes you actually have to put off fun in exchange for your training, right? Now for me, I have a very good mental scale of value of my routine. Well, sometimes outweigh value of momentary chilling and, maybe going out and doing something. It's not like you have to only be in the gym and then just go home and go to bed and you do nothing else in your life. But, if I've got the choice, I'd rather stay locked in. That's going to make me feel better in the long run, So rather than chase any kind of instantaneous, I just want to be steady in the green. I was just talking to somebody 2 days ago about this, and this is more of a critique on life in general, like social life. But a lot of people I find, and I see this so much, even guys who I see post, be them really famous dudes or just starter guys, whatever. Or we're always chasing a high, right? We're always chasing that. Okay, man, shit, my school day's over. Now it's time for whatever. And then it's this constant up and down of, okay, I don't really like what I'm doing all day. I don't really like any of this. I'm annoyed. This sucks. Ooh, I guess it's the other way around. I don't like what I'm doing all day. Ooh, moment of fun. Ooh, try to get up here, and then back to the negative, right? Constantly this back and forth. Whereas in my head, I'm thinking I just want to stay steady in the green, right? I don't need to chase anything, at least not so quickly. It's almost a turtle versus the hare situation, you know. So for me, I'm in a very I'm pretty zen. I'm not like super zen, but I think relative to a lot of people, I'm pretty zen. And all I got to do is keep up my routine, you know, don't slack. And I don't even want to slack, so that's not even a challenge, you know, and stick to the basics, right? As long as I know the basics are there and I complete those, that gives me room to think about a little extra, right? There's no point trying to focus on the tiniest leaf on a bush in the corner of a painting if you have no idea what's going on with the rest of it, right? So at least when it comes to the gym, I think the hierarchy of values are going to start big picture down to the details, right? The big picture is the important part. Having that basic routine of, okay, I have an hour, I'm going to spend that hour in the gym 5 days a week this week. What's the percentage of people who do that versus don't? Let's just say in the States. 10%? 5%? I wouldn't be surprised if it was in the single digits of people that go to the gym 5 days a week versus guys who don't go at all. So you're already in the 95th percentile just from showing the fuck up. You know, sorry to drop an F-bomb on you, but I'm getting myself ramped up here. So, okay, you're already in the 5% just from showing up on the regular. Well, shit, man. You know, I don't know about you, and I'm not like walking around gyms judging, but let's be honest, how many people are in the gym really killing it? Obviously, not everyone wants to kill it because not everyone wants to be like an insane bodybuilder. Everyone should be in the gym, in my opinion, at least a little bit, just because it's good for you, right? We're in a battle against time. When I'm walking around with a cane, I still want to throw my luggage up into the overhead bin on an airplane and not have an issue, right? I see that too often, right? It kind of sucks. But, you know, all you got to do is go a little harder than the guys you see around you. Odds are pretty doable. Boom. You just went from 95th percentile to 90 freaking 9th percentile. You're already in the 1% by showing up and bringing it. Now you add cardio in the mix. You add tracking your macros in the mix, right? What percentage of people in the States, let's say even of just, you know, our kind of younger dude demographic, we got the 3.7 percenters now, so we can include you guys too, of course. But what percent are getting it on the regular, going hard, tracking their calories, and doing their cardio? Less than 1%. Less than 1, maybe less than 0.5%. I can almost guarantee it. And once you get into that groove, well, fuck, man, you're already, like, don't fool yourself by thinking that there's any little thing that you can change to your routine that will make it suddenly click, right? It's about that big picture first, and then the details afterward. And if you got the big picture down, it's easy to focus on the details and you can think about it a little more. You know, every time I come into the gym or I see guys doing different movements or I get to go to a new gym and they've got new machines that I've never used before, my efforts there, I'm consistent, I'm doing all my shit right. That gives me a little room to say, okay, I wonder if I'll like this. Oh, let's try it out, you know, almost experiment in the gym. Do some stuff you've never done before. And if it clicks, hell yeah. And if it doesn't, well, you learn something you don't like, so it's still a solid experience. You know, so I'm kind of going all over the place here, but if I can boil that all down, right, make sure your consistency is on point, right? Because if you're consistent, you're going to fucking win.